Happy January, everybody. You're starting 2015. I don't know what your resolution for the year is, and I'm hoping it's an absolutely rock star one, because I want everyone, all of you 12 signs, to have like a great 2015. So get back to your resolutions and let's see where you're heading. Let's go straight into the first sign, Aries, and figure what Jan is all about. I'm sure you've gotten back to work and to life from a nice lovely new year, and you're hoping that Jan is, we always look at January as one of those impactful months for ourselves to be not only happy, result oriented, but on the path. So let's see how much you are on the path. You're on the path. Your focus is money. Aries want to make a lot of money. The easiest way to manifest money, and it is easy to manifest money, is to actually, not hold on to it, not focus on the lack of money. There are a lot of people who say, I wish I had more money, or I hope this money is going to come, I hope I get a promotion, higher wage. All you have to do is say, it's going to come. I know I'm worth it, I'm attracting it, it's coming to me. It's just the way you think. So manifest the money you desire by actually knowing your worth and knowing that you're worthy enough to attract. I'm asking you to get a wealth consciousness. So great money, whether it's through property, whether it's through family, whether it's through work. Great money coming your way, and you're also into your family in January. So whether they're reunions with family members or colleagues and peers that you haven't met for a long time, you call people home. There's a lot of hosting, there's a lot of parties and warm parties in a cold January, which you have, that bonding with your friends and things like that. So you start the year on a very, very happy note, very ambitious note. And I think the little tip for you, if I have to give you, is stop frowning. For every situation, just smile. Even if someone is talking nonsense with you, smile, because I think people who speak nonsense are very interesting. Sometimes in the middle of their nonsense they say something really interesting, profound. Listen, you never know where you get a great tip. Also, you're trying to make quick money, so you might want to invest in property, invest in some long-term, short-term mutual fund, something. Research, even though you're so smart, I'm not even debating that. Research before you put your money, and you'll get the money back, and you'll get much more. Enjoy. Alright, happy Taurus. Let's go to happy Taurus on Jan. Taurans have started something at work in January, and it's hit a roadblock. It's hit a point where you could be creatively out of ideas. You could be thinking, you could be at a spot in January where you're thinking, okay, I've done so much, now what? So you're confused. To give it a more earthy term, you're confused. Confusion may last for 10 days in the whole of Jan. I like this confusion, because this confusion makes you think, and sometimes makes you wonder, and sometimes makes you insecure, and sometimes makes you fearful. If you just focus on the creative part of what you're doing and how to get out of this, you'll be fine. You need to think happily, not poorly. So your thoughts have to be rich, and you need a different mental approach for the same situation or the same project, the same work. Now, a different mental approach could be a different idea. So if you're someone who's very fixed, and you are very fixed in the way you think it should be A, B, C, it doesn't have to be. It can be A, E, X, Y. You can play around with the alphabets as long as the net result is as beautiful as I'm seeing you desire. So enjoy that. Also, make time for romance. There's lots of it. Let's go straight into Gemini. January, first month of the year, very bright. You're happy, finally happy. Something is happening your way. The year starts with an actual bang. It starts with you saying, thank God it's going this way. And you could be reunited with an old love. You could have better communication with people you're working with. You could be traveling. There's great plans, and you're doing a fabulous job in Jan of networking and communicating. You're so charming. It's absolutely great. And also there are lots of new opportunities and new projects that come to you, or you begin, or you start, that are absolutely wonderful. And it could take you all of Jan to March, April, but it's still brilliant. Travel is excellent. You need to take care of your health a little bit in Jan, and of course spend lots of romantic times with your love. Cancer. In January, let's figure. My God, you're all planned and meticulous. There's lots of travel. You are the center of attention and attraction at work. You have this team around you that so believes in you, looks up to you for, you know, your profound statements and for your ideas and ideals, and you're feeling quite in control. However, success for yourself would also mean to think about what you are doing and whether you are on the path you want to. So you lead the team that way, but you come up with some great ideas at work. So whatever you're doing, you're the king and queen of ideas, and you give many a project actual shape, voice, color, you know, direction that they desire, and you're so validated at work. You're so happy. So lots of business come pleasure travel, and also make time for sport, outdoor activity and nature. Alright Leo, let's see where you are, my dear friend. January is a rebirth. Anyways, this year's year rebirth for Leo people. Huge rebirth. You start the year saying, I am going to do this is very hard on yourself. Like I'm looking, you know, rebirths happen. They don't need to be planned. I think a rebirth happens in your mind. You conceive it in your mind, and then the rest of it falls into place. You're about rebirth. So whether it's about, I'm going to chuck this job, this wasn't my calling at all, I'm going to take this, I'm going to go, you're fine. You're going to do this anyways. So be a little less aggressive with people in your speech, be more smiley, talk to people, communicate better, have long meetings, seminars, you know, study some. I know you're clever, but study some. Do a course, maybe online, if not actually in class. Maybe learn a little language. Ease off and travel for pleasure. Let's go to Virgo and let's see what kind of a January they're having. Alright, peaceful. The year starts on a peaceful note for all of you. Peace does not mean complacency. Peace would mean actual peace. You're actually peaceful about how things are, and there could be a continuity at work, there could be a continuity at a relationship which hasn't yet taken shape, and you need to focus on daily routine, on daily putting in so much effort into what you're doing. So it's a continuous process which you have to focus on. So sometimes you might feel, you know, sort of low grey, mundane, and say, oh my God, this routine. But the routine is important, because doing what you're doing every day for as many hours at work will bring about the results that you want. So consistency comes from routine. So do it that way. Lots of people love you and support you. You're absolutely loved. So I love your support system. It's absolutely fabulous. You must take care of the health of a loved one who may not be well. So have a great January. Let's go straight to Libra. Well, new ventures, absolute new ventures. And even if you're employed, you might think of a business idea on the side that you want to do, or a creative hobby you want to make commercial over the weekends. It starts like this, and then by June you're waving goodbye to what you've been doing maybe for years and trying something absolutely new, fantastic, bold, very you. So I love this, very aesthetic, very artistic. So and you're going to be very successful within the first 45 days. Get validation that you are on the right track. But I love the leap. So there's a huge leap in Jan, in mind, in thought, in action. Go for it. Let's go straight to Scorpio and let's see what a fantastic Jan they're having. Alright, so you've decided to go easy, and you've decided to back off being so aggressive and pushy that you think you are. So you've actually decided to sit down and review what you're doing, and it could be your friend circle, it could be your diet, it could be your work plan. You are reviewing things and making notes. You're very good at making notes. I'm going to do this, and then go with it slowly. So it's small goals, and you decide that this week I'm going to do this, and this week. So it's absolutely brilliant the way you plan things and the way you make things happen. And short-term goals actually work for you. The money is slow, and yet it is steady, and it gives you many ideas to make more. You're also thinking of expansion. You're also thinking of being more visible. And I think the good way to do it is that you plan it and you allow things to happen, and you instinctively, intuitively decide what brings you the most. It's a fabulous month. Love life, you have no time for. It's okay, you're more important at the moment. Sagittarius in Jan, let's figure where you are. Well, you need to be a little careful about what you speak. You're optimistic, fine. You're also very blunt. You speak your mind all the time, and you could rub people off the wrong way in January, and not that you care. But I just think that it's not necessary, because you are otherwise so cheerful, always smiling, always getting the work done. So the first week of January, you want to smile more, you want to be less blunt. You want to speak the truth, however, but maybe a diplomatic touch. Many of you at work, if you're employed in great positions, may realize that you're getting shortchanged, that your bosses are not really treating you the way they should, or your partners at work are not giving you as much money as you deserve, and you might decide to communicate. If you can shift the communication to the second or third week in a better, friendlier environment, it would work for you. So you can still speak your mind and get your way, but in a more relaxed environment after the first week ends. You also need to be very careful of your valuables and of your money. Make as much money, spend it, make sure you're not careless about it. Let's go straight to Capricorn. Beginning of the year, 2015 Jan. Peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. You're feeling very happy with life, very happy with your family members, very happy with your work. It's flowing easy, money's coming in, appreciation, you're very high on appreciation. Lots of appreciation, lots of peace, and your health gets better. So you feel more focused. You feel more happy that you have the strength and the energy and the ability to do much more. And you also invite friends over, old friends and old family, and you invite people that you haven't met for very long. You want to start the new year on a peaceful note. I like this whole peace treaty thing going on in your head, because it makes you feel so much more positive and so much more motivated, and it takes off the burden off your shoulder of having and carrying so many grudges. Maybe over the last 3 years, you start on a very positive note. You may go shopping and you might indulge a lot. So what? It's your money. Enjoy. Let's go straight to Aquarius. And let's figure out how their Jan is going to be 2015. Wow. So much work. So much work that you could be burdened with work. So you need to make time to rest and to sleep. And you may not know how to say no. May not learn to. Maybe you just switch off your phone. You're not available. When you're not available, you're not available. I don't think you should be apologetic about it. Also, in January, when you have the time to be that inspired, when you have the time at work, what you need to do is sit with your team and delegate responsibilities to them in a very precise way. Because if anyone during the day, during the week, during the month calls you up and says, "Excuse me, ma'am, sir, what did you say?" It's your fault. You haven't said it correctly. So you will sit with them and clear it out, put it on paper, do what you have to, so that you are free to do your own work whilst your team is doing their work. Otherwise there could be chaos by the middle of Jan. So I think that make an intention for people to understand, and they will understand. Your aim is to make much more money, and I think money is coming in, it's crawling in, it's creeping in, but I think it will be much better post Jan where money is concerned. But wherever you're putting your hands in is calling out for money, so chill in the month of Jan, and of course speak with all you have to speak with to get geared up. Let's talk about Pisces and the first month of the year. Wow, lots of travel, and you might not, business come pleasure, but you might not find time, a home away from home and all of that, and lots of people to sort of give things to, and lots of people to report to, and lots of assignments which you do brilliantly, but don't get burdened, don't get a backache, and don't be unwell and all of that because of that. Also, you might indulge so much in fun activity because it's business come pleasure that you might be tired, and you might not have that kind of gusto in the morning to sort of be your best self. So balance it out with a healthy diet, lots of water and lots of running, and maybe sitting by the beach and enjoying yourself, something that you probably love doing. And of course, if you're in love, take it a bit forward, speak something sweet, commit, start the year making people happy, enjoy January.